Slurpy Dave, one of my fellow YouTube buddies, and a channel that I would well recommend. His grasp of the appreciation of fine ales is second to none. But his trolling ability is also second to none. I mean, even when he agrees with you to a point, he still manages to go, but the opposite direction. Like, you know. Under my last vid with the title, Burnham's Mansion Tax Police's Agenda 21. I got 5 thumbs up, including my own. I mean, wouldn't you thumb up your own, you know? But in 22 views, one day. God, I miss the days. Honestly, that I used to get somewhere between 10 to 15,000 views in like a day or two, back in the day. And people could say, things have moved on, Scott, blah, blah, blah. But my God, YouTube, as a platform, and getting worse by the day, by the way, I think at some point it's just gonna burn itself out, because it is so de-incentivizing people from doing vids. And initially, it was all about the people like us, myself and others, where we used to have channels with, you know, like a decent viewership back in the day, and you know, and if you managed to keep your channel, my God, where would I be by now? But you can't be talking about reality. Can't be talking about reality. You can pretend you're talking about reality, you know, like I've said it before, there's many YouTube channels and they've got 100k, 200k, 300k, blah, blah, blah. Some more than that. And while they're pointing out, look what happened today. Look at what this politician did. Look what happened in, you know, name the place, blah, blah, blah. They're eloquent enough. They obviously present enough, well enough, to get the subscriber base. But they're never talking about the reality of things. Never. So yeah, this Burnham's Mansion Tax Police is Agenda 21. My last vid that I did. Slurpy Dave. Agenda 21 ain't good for the country. Couldn't agree more. Absolutely on the nail. But I suppose it's a drop in the ocean compared to the insane damage the multimillionaires, corporate companies, fossil fuel companies, the Trumps, Netanyahu, Putin, and Zelensky of this world, and Zelensky's of this world, have caused in recent times. So yeah, go on, Andy, tax the wealthy, and let's have our fair share. They've had it too good for too long. Now, Dave, that's some fine trolling. Seriously, that's some fine trolling. Oh. So, this one's for you, Dave. World government mayors. This is Google. This isn't even AI mode. This is under all. And it's got at the top AI overview. The concept of world government mayors largely stems from political theorist Benjamin... Oh, I really struggle with that name. Benjamin Barber's influential book, If Mayors Ruled the World, which argues that global city leaders are more practical and effective at solving transnational problems than polarized national governments, which ties into world government. All borders cease to exist, countries cease to exist, replaced by regions and zones. Years ago, I used to cover people like Burnham and others because they were literally Agenda 21 mayors. They were groomed for it. So the global role of mayors: pragmatic problem solving, unlike national politicians bogged down by rigid ideologies. Think about this. Mayors focus on concrete municipal tasks like transport, housing and sanitation. It gives you a link to the BBC. High-profile trust. Local city leaders routinely enjoy public trust ratings of 70 to 80%, far outstripping typical approved numbers for national parliaments or federal bodies. Over time, parliaments are no longer going to exist. They may be replaced by apartments for all the use they are. I mean, at the moment, they're essentially lodges. Yeah? But keep that in mind. Key international networks, an international governance body where mayors from all continents convene to co-create policy and address global challenges at the local level. I used to talk about the C40 cities. I'm sure they've still got a website somewhere. Climate Leadership Group, a network of nearly 100 world mayors uniting to take urgent climate action to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. World Mayor Project. Now, I could go on and on about this, yeah? I'll leave you a link to worldmayor.com, for example, yeah? But if you were to type in World Mayors Andy Burnham, I think they've been trying really hard with the AI to, almost erase his connection with all this. But be assured, he is part of all this. He's been groomed as an Agenda 21 mayor to then implement under the guise of being... I mean, remember, he goes from mayor, the local MP or whatever in some areas says, I'll stand aside for Andy Burnham. I will give up my, as being an MP for, so that Andy can come in and miraculously have the confidence that he would just win outright. But you've got to question what was happening locally to make sure that was happening. Yeah? Nobody voted for him to be a prime minister. He comes in as an MP. Suddenly, he's a mayor, then becomes an MP overnight, and then essentially in the matter of days becomes the next prime minister. Did the UK public get a chance to vote on any of this? No. And now Andy is pushing for devolved powers to mayors. He's already saying that, oh no, I'm not going to be in 10 Downing Street that much, I want to have this base up north. I used to point out that they used to have maps of where the Agenda 21 mayors for the UK would be. Yeah. And it's still the plan, like. The naivety of so many people. I used to get so frustrated with the mindset of, well, my dad voted Labour, my granddad voted Labour, I'll vote Labour. I mean, it's just... And I'm no fan of the Conservatives, it's the uni party, But, think about this. As an example, Burnham to send high-performing civil servants to mayoral offices. That high-performing civil servants will be sent to work in mayoral offices in England as part of the Prime Minister's efforts to transfer power from central government to local leaders. This is absolutely part of the rollout of Agenda 21. I mean, come on. Because honestly, I'm starting to realise that the population at large collectively have become so dumbed down that you might as well be ranting away in some nursery because the lack of intellect, the lack of them able to even grasp different books, maybe out with what they would normally read, if they even do read. Because this stuff is scary, truly scary, but it flies by most people, and this is the crux of the issue. He's a Trojan horse. Global government forums, global AI cities. Andy Burnham, Mayor of Greater Manchester, he's part of it. And they get essentially an Agenda 21 mayor to then suddenly miraculously become an MP and then miraculously become the Prime Minister. And isn't it like a recess just now? You've not even seen the puppet in front of a ballot box. Which tells me, really, we're getting to a time where they really are implementing things at a pace beyond belief. It's absolutely frightening. Seriously. Think about it. It's there in plain sight for... Oh, honestly. I'll leave you the link. I'll leave you the links for, and I'll look forward to maybe the 4 or 5 thumbs up in total and the 20 views. But honestly, and for the love of God, to certain individuals on Facebook, I don't need 9 video links a day. I'm the last guy that needs these links. Okay? Honestly. Seriously. I don't know how many times I've dropped a hint about that, but... Oh, no. Ultimately, Scott, you're forced to have to speak to the individuals directly, of which they'll go suck their thumb. I like these people, but 9 vids a day. Oh, I keep trying to say to people, I enjoy popping into Facebook now and again, being able to get various things done. But having to go through 9 bloody videos, links to whatever pish, I'm sorry. I just wanted to get that one off my chest as well. There is a plan. There really is a plan. And part of that is there won't be any countries. They are to be replaced by regions and zones. And these Agenda 21 mayors who have the power. All this voting's going to be an absolute illusion, seriously. And really, the speed of what this is coming in, how it's coming in. As always, I could do a better job, but oh my God, seriously. for my whole 358 subs. You've got to ask yourself why, seriously. And I'll speak to you soon.